Hi, everybody. This is Gary Dean, and this is our weekend video report for Sunday, July 10th, 2016. So the jobs number on Friday flew the algos into retard gear, and it was nonstop bidding. It was really kind of not justified because they lowered the dismal May numbers by 20,000, and it really, if you just go on a month-to-month basis on a yearly look, the jobs numbers have been going down, not up. So this was your anomaly. It goes up 280,000. Would not surprise me at all if August this gets revised down to 180 or pretty much where everybody was looking. It seems like this data seems to just kind of move however they want it, and I don't really see that big of a huge spike coming in jobs numbers, but honestly, that's neither here or there. What we're doing here, I did not expect this move. I didn't expect us to come up here, but it is. Does that change anything? Absolutely not. What is going to happen, and what I see happening, is everybody is getting bullish on this market. I'm already getting it from the from newsletters how you got to buy this breakout because the S&P is going back to 2,200. These same newsletters, when we were here, were predicting it was going down to 1,800. The thing is this, is that when these big moves take place to the downside, which it is coming, no matter where we end up here, this is the next move. It's going to be something like a crash-like move. And the problem, I guess my point that I'm trying to get out is that everybody's bullish when this happens. Everybody's bullish when this happens. When this takes place, everybody's bearish, and everybody's bearish. So right now, everybody was kind of neutral, not knowing what was going on. Now everybody's jumping on the bandwagon. You know what that does? That opens up this right here. And I still believe that the bigger point move is to the downside no matter what they do. And there's gaps that are everywhere on this, and they're going to get filled, and most likely they're going to get filled in your 4, 5, 6 day time period like we've seen in the past. And that's basically, it takes 3, 4 months to grind it up, a lot of it being in gap hires when the markets aren't even trading, and then it takes 5 or 6 days to wipe out the 3 months of gains. And it's the same thing is going to be playing out right now. There's too much the uncertainty with the market. And what I mean by that, heading into a presidential election, you're not going to get your people that are your big money that's going to be making big bets going into these elections, especially with who we have running right now, because it's one of those things where you flip a coin and it's very, very uncertain. So this is not a breakout. I don't believe this is a breakout coming in. One, we don't get breakouts when we have over 4 months of divergences. What happens is, and I had explained this, was this inverted head and shoulders pattern, and I said expect them to come up. And what's going to happen is it's going to trap everybody here. And I've been saying this since we were here coming down, that this is what I expected. I thought it was going to go a little bit lower, but this is it right here. And I've seen this pattern pop up now 3 different times. And remember, I did that when it was here. I drew this inverted head and shoulders pattern because I know how this market works. It's almost becoming very predictable what they're going to do. And right now, everybody's bullish on this, but as I've said, when you get these inverted head and shoulders that happen at the top of the chart, this is the bottom of the chart, this is the top. When it happens, all it does, it's forming a megaphone top, and it's not an inverted head and shoulders. And by the time everybody picks up on that, we are some 200-300 points to the downside. And again, everybody's bullish because the majority is always going to be wrong. So we have bearish divergences on the daily. We have bearish divergences on the 60, very overbought right here. Can they push higher? Absolutely. What I do know is that everybody that's buying up here is going to be in tears when this move happens right here, and it's going to be happening, and it's going to probably happen a lot sooner than some people are really expecting. So what the the Bears need to do, or the Bears need to get it through this 2110. This is going to be the earliest clue that at least we're coming down to close the gap at 2097. But most likely, what will happen is we'll come down to this 2074 level or the 2089. So one of these two support levels. So once we top, we're going to come down and probably test it and then bounce back up. Once we're going back up, this is what is going to get everybody bullish on the markets, because it's going to hold support and they're going to be going, left and right to jump in, because the train is going to be leaving the station, not knowing that the where it's leaving to is something like this, a big sharp move to the downside. So if they start pushing it through this support right here, expect a crash-like move to happen, and when I say that, I mean 100 to 200 points in a matter of 5-6 days. That's the type of move that I'm anticipating. So we have bearish divergences on the 15-minute chart, and we have these gaps that are everywhere. So as much as you're gonna start seeing a lot of emails from newsletters saying that you need to get bullish on this market because we're heading up to 2300. Just remember this, that everybody thinks they know what's going on when the market's going up, and once they pull the rug out and they stop moving it up in pre-market, where they're getting the gap up and then just grinding it higher, that's when the big moves happen to the downside. And I think we are pending, and like I said, this is not, it shouldn't be a surprise, because I've had this pattern here. Just what is going to be the surprise is when everybody's jumping on this, because if this was really a true pattern right here, we would see the S&P all the way up at 2300. But being it's happening at the top of a chart, it's going to be a trap. Everybody's going to be bullish on this market. I'm already getting emails from people saying, we got to switch to bullish. Like I said, when the market's going up, everybody thinks they know what's going on. I just sit back and say, do what they're going to do. Do what the markets are going to do. I'm going to continue to short these rallies. I know from history and experience that they can grind these markets up and gap them higher every day, but the minute that it stops, we give everything back plus some in a matter of days, and that's really what I'm anticipating. So let's see what plays out on Monday. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll talk to you guys in the morning.